does it mean to be unstoppable?
Charging straight into the action there.
Unstoppable is a celebration of character.
This is the definition of Iron Man as they go up and around.
When all is against you, you keep going.
They find something deep inside him.
When being knocked down is just the moment before you get back up.
That is unbelievable.
When others say you can't, but you know you can. Never give up.
She salutes the crowd and grabs the tape, and what a win it was.
Witness the unstoppable, the Nutri-Grain IronMan and IronWoman series.
Every day has been a different set of conditions, new challenges for our athletes, and Candice Warner will deliver the latest on that.
Thanks, Bill. It's a wild and woolly one today at Kurrawa Beach. While the sun is out now, we are expecting some scattered showers throughout the day. The thing that I can tell you is the surf is pumping. It's sitting about that 5 foot mark, but it is so much heavier than it was yesterday. We do have very strong winds from the south, so just like yesterday, we may be in for a real cracker of a day.
Oh yes, heavy and hard to read, Josh Minogue. There's a lot on the line here. You mentioned the series has been decided, but 5 of last year's top 10 are unlikely to qualify for next year. Lucy Derbyshire is right on the cusp in this battle as we look at the start list.
That's it, but the big news in the last 15 minutes, Lana Rogers has withdrawn from this race today. So Lana Rogers woke up feeling okay and then has just gone downhill as the day has gone on, and only in the last sort of 15 to 20 minutes did she let us know. So only 19 girls will go around today. So drama aplenty already. She was sitting second in the point score but couldn't win the overall title. So the girls are set on the line. Race 1 of survival, and a little jump from Derbyshire. You spoke about her. She's in the red in the centre there. And the girls once again will head a long way south. We're already south of the arena at the moment. So the girls are going to go a long, long way down, jump in. There's a little bit of a rip running out at the moment, and they'll try their best to negotiate this giant break. We can see a couple ducking in early. Danielle McKenzie, Gemma Smith, they're the first 2 to go in. Tiani Massey as well, Georgia Miller, and then there's plenty still going miles and miles and miles down the beach. We will see who has made the correct decision. There's a couple of little rips running out, but if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, it doesn't matter where you go in. Mother Nature will always win.
And Josh, their coaches have been standing on the beach with them. They've had some trial runs out there themselves, either on the board or the ski or swim. And to have a look at these conditions, a lot of thoughts gone into us to see one athlete there knocked back.
Lizzie Wellborn, she went from second all the way back into second last there, so she got absolutely hammered, and it's deceptively big. It may not look big on TV, but this is easily the largest round we've had, not only this year, but in the last 5 years. It is huge down here at Kurrawa Beach. We'll take a look at Wellborn. She kneels back. The nose doesn't go over the top, so the key is to get the nose over the top of the whitewater. She didn't do that, and the full force of that one pushed her back. The girls make their way to the first challenge to negotiate, this inside shore break there. If they can sneak through that, they'll head out into the gutter and then have the back bank to deal with again. Brielle Cooper at the bottom of the screen closest to us is doing well. Oh, Danny McKenzie goes underneath, a huge one. McKenzie got eaten up and spat out the back, but it looks like Hannah Scully and Georgia Miller, they've shot out on that far side there, and they've really found the right lane because they are doing a fantastic job there, but it's not all over yet. They're just going to go through the gutter, push, and then have to deal with that back bank. And that's Danielle McKenzie, who got swallowed up by a giant Kurrawa wave there. And they're only 50 metres off the shore. We'll take a look at this. It doesn't look big, and then all of a sudden it looks giant. She goes underneath the Eskimo roll to punch through the back of that one. She comes up a little rattled, but all okay. And well, that other side has snuck out as well. Halliday getting absolutely hammered there. So's Brielle Cooper. So's Emma Woods. And the girls, some of them are out to the back bank, and some of them are still trying to negotiate the inside break.
And Taylor Halliday is the vulnerable athlete for qualification next year. She's sitting in 10th, but only 2 points on the ladder ahead of Derbyshire, who we mentioned earlier. Taylor finished 8th in last year's series. She had a bit more of a cushion than she does today.
Yeah, that's exactly right there. And the girls trying to sneak around. A couple will go to the left, but if you go to the left too far, there's another bank over there. So it's about weaseling and winding your way through. Danny McKenzie gets up and over one. Tiani Massey's there. Georgia Miller. So that's Massey with with the blue, Miller with a light tan coloured board. Hannah Scully's there as well. And Danielle McKenzie is proving why she is one of the best craft competitors in the business. She's going to go up and over a big one, and the rest of the girls are going to get hit by that. And it doesn't look big, but it's coming through very, very strong.
They did really, really well there. These waves are just sharpening up very suddenly, and, well, it's so hard to read.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They see they've been washed down. You can see the arena in the background there. They started a long way up to the left. They've been pushed all the way back down onto this edge here. And, well, Danny McKenzie's doing a fantastic job at the moment. Her teammate from Northcliffe just behind her, Georgia Miller, who's had a great summer so far and missed the first 2 rounds. And talk about requalification. She's up into 9th place with only 3 results so far. So she is having a summer, and I guess it's what could have been for her, because if she gets those 2 extra rounds, 20, 30 more points, somewhere like that, she would be up fighting it out for the title. So McKenzie in 1, Miller in 2, Harriet Brown there on the yellow, Ali Bull on the top of your screen there, shooting her way through. Hannah Scully, Lizzie Wellborn's worked her way back into this one, and they're travelling towards those white turning cans. So there'll be 1 red swim can, 2 white board cans, and 3 orange ski cans on the way out, and there'll be plenty of action in between. And we can see how much the rain has started to come in.
The southerly's blowing too. You can see it's ripping the spray off the top of those waves, and that's also affecting any of the board and ski legs particularly.
It makes it so much tougher when you're on the board and it's pushing sideways. At least in the swim, you can kind of get in the water, hide from it. On the board, you've got a big, open, broad face on there that the wind can hit and push. And on the ski, it's even worse as that wind starts to really whip as Danielle McKenzie goes around. And watch for her go for home. It'll be first come, first serve on the waves here, and we can't see any of them because these waves are so big. And I think when Danny McKenzie pops up, she'll be going down the face of one of these sets, and I guarantee there'll be a few on the ones behind. There she is, and there she goes. Ask and you shall receive, but it just fills up on the gutter. So it's just filled up on the gutter for Danielle McKenzie there. I thought she was going to get one to the beach, but all of a sudden, Kurrawa's just gone quiet. It's just gone flat on the girls, and a few of the back markers will be very, very thankful.
First thing she did was have a look behind her too to see where they were and whether they got something behind her when she dropped off the back of that wave. There are a couple of opportunities coming, but gee, it's sloppy.
They got to turn and go with it. McKenzie's got one on the far left. McKenzie's picked one up. She'll angle back across. They go straight to the back straps. That brings the nose up of the board, and that allows them to ride more safely to the beach instead of on your knees. So that one wave gap has turned. Well, no, there's somebody on the second one as well. So I thought there was no one on the second wave, but there is. McKenzie's just wound her way to the beach. You've got to be careful of this shorey because the nose will dip. She gets right back and thrown over the top. Great surf skills from the lady from New Zealand. And of course, yesterday I said she was from Amano. She's not. She's from the club down the road, Mairangi Bay there. And I got to make sure I give a shout out to the Kiwis because they are loving the action. And Danielle McKenzie chasing her first ever race win. She is looking very, very strong early on and she'll be loving these big conditions.
Hard slog here just to get to the sand where she can stand up. She's able to sit and wait for that next little wave to bring her in.
It looks maybe Ali Bull on that second one, but she's going to fall off and be caught by the next wave. And of course, top 14 will go through. Top 14 will go through. So they're going to run the transition backwards to what we saw early in the summer because they're getting blown so far down the beach. So there's McKenzie, Courtney Hancock, Lily O'Sullivan and Candice on the beach. This is very, very tight.
It is really tight. We just saw in that second wave there was about 10 competitors on there. They are going to go through this transition. They're not going to want to go too fast and spend too much energy too early because they're about to go into a massive swim and they're going to need as much energy as they can get.
Yeah, unfortunately, that lead Danielle McKenzie has is been lost a little bit on that run, and also a lot more can be lost as they try and battle their way through the waves again.
The girls are going to go a long, long way down. There's McKenzie's just, well, I'd say plodding along at the moment because she doesn't look like she's racing very, very hard. She's just working her way through it at the moment and doing her best. And McKenzie's really trying to conserve the energy. She knows how hard this swim's going to be, and there's some big swimmers around her. I saw Taylor Halliday in there, Harriet Brown as well. These girls are going to go. Lily O'Sullivan, watch for her. She's a young gun in this one. Brielle Cooper, big wave Brielle. She had her best result in a couple of summers yesterday with a third, and she will be loving it at the moment. So's Ali Bull. They're heading up through the patrol. They'll go past the flags. Oh, there's people going left, right, and centre. The girls know it's the March of the Light Brigade all the way down there. Jump in the rip. Let let it take you out and hope you don't go too far on the way back.
And you can see a couple of hapless recreational swimmers there are about to wonder what the heck is going on around them as they get out of the way. And there is a long way to go still in this race. And don't forget, 5 will not survive after this first one. We'll be back. There it is, Danielle McKenzie winning the board leg of the final round of this survival Nutri-Grain IronWoman series. It's been tough. They're into the swim leg now, and the interesting battle too is Taylor Halliday has a good buffer on Derbyshire, and that's the battle for that 10th position, qualifying for next season. But that could change pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll talk you through the ones who are down the bottom. Lucy Derbyshire, Courtney Hancock, Bella Williams, Naomi Scott and Brittany Pearce. They were the bottom 5 in the red zone of this survival format. And if you stop the race after the opening leg, they would be the ones who go home. So top 14 through to race number 2. And they're only halfway out in the swim, and it's already been, well, another 5 minutes. So these are looking like a 10-minute swim for some of these girls, and they're just getting washed down the beach further and further and further. A couple who went down on the edge as well. Olivia Corrin was one spot out of being knocked out there. Gemma Smith, Maddie Spencer, Emma Woods, Lizzie Wellborn was in 10th, Brown was in 9th, Miller in 8th, and then there was a group that went in together with Mackenzie, O'Sullivan, Cooper, Massey, Bull, and Taylor Halliday, like you spoke of. But it's starting to come together. That's the group there. You can see Ali Bull stands out in the orange there. She's having a really, really good swim as she ducks underneath that little wave, and the girls out the back are really, well, they've finally got through that break, and they're heading to the red camp, but they're on the wrong side of it, and they're going to have to swim back.
Yeah, those on the far left are actually fighting against the side sweep that's been generated by that strong southerly. It's hard work.
You can see the girls at the bottom of the screen. They're just getting sucked along, going sideways, and every metre that you go sideways, you're going to have to swim back, and it's double the effort. And after going in where they did, they'll know for race number 2 they've got to go further. And we thought it was a long way the first time around, so they'll make those adjustments. The coaches will understand. They'll get the 14 girls, or they'll get their athletes and say, hey, we're going to have to go another 5, 6, 7 metres down because we don't want to be swimming back up against it. They make their way in and around very, very strong from these girls in the lead. Georgia Miller's there doing a great job. We'll have a look. Where's Danny McKenzie? I think this might be, no, that's not McKenzie at all. So I wonder where Danny McKenzie's going. You'd expect more from her in this one. And the girls turn for home, and now the toughest thing in the world, big wave body surfing, because they're going to get an opportunity. But if they can't hold on to it, they'll get washed into that gutter, and then from then on, just these huge walls of white water will come through, clean them up, and you can be stuck swimming all the way to the beach. And it's so hard to find something at the exact right time to body surf. It's a very difficult thing. So we'll wait and see the girls turn for home. They start to work back into it. They just let the ocean take them, and it looks like maybe Georgia Miller and Taylor Halliday have swum into the lead there. Danny McKenzie is there, so that's Halliday on the right-hand side. She's just disappeared at the moment. That's Halliday there. Maybe Danny McKenzie on the left there, so very tough to pick them up on the way home. Tiani Massey looks like she's in it as well, so these girls pushing very hard. There's waves out the back. Lily O'Sullivan there, don't forget about her, the young gun. She's in pink. And there's not much again. So every time we think there's a wave coming through, we just get, well, they offer us up something and then we get nothing back. This will offer a little push for 1 or 2. They stand up. This is the kind of wave you want. One of them didn't want to go down it. One of them on the right did not want to go down that one, but she's managed to body surf over the top. So a fantastic effort. It stands up. There's one behind. Keep on going. Head down and adjust. Fills up on our leaders. So 1 and 2 there. They'll try and pick that one up broken. The back markers will get them for sure because there's plenty coming through and it's absolute chaos. You could be leading or you could be in 20th, and after this swim leg, I guarantee you'll be somewhere different from where you started. You can see how tough it's coming through at the top of the screen. It's a little shallower there on the bank. The girls have ended up back in the rip, and that's not what you want. Maybe Danny McKenzie at the bottom of the screen there. She's got a distinctive stroke, not the traditional swimming stroke of these girls, but they're doing it very tough in that deep water, and they know girls are coming from behind.
For 5 of these athletes, it will be the last race of the season, but if they're in the bottom 5 at the moment, there is still hope. Anything is possible on the ski leg.
That's exactly right, and ski last, when you're tired in these conditions, there is nothing harder in the sport. If you make it flat and have ski last, it's difficult. You add 6 to 8 foot of surf as one of our leaders gets one, she'll go down that on the inside and try and hold it to the beach. No, pops up, and man, it must be tough out there because these are some of the best in the business. As we watch from above, they're just trying to hold these waves on the inside. She'll get another crack at it. Good body surfing there. We'll see if she can hold it. And we've got another one pops out as well. So they're coming left, right and centre. Maybe Taylor Halliday. We'll just have to wait and see when she stands up and the head comes out. It could be the girl from Alexandra Headland. There, I do not know. Yes, it is Taylor Halliday. Unbelievable. Taylor Halliday, she went in what, 6th place, but in that group. She's a great swimmer and she's had a blinder there. Somebody's got one as well, so another person's got one as well. Absolutely flying. Maybe Danny McKenzie, but this is Taylor Halliday from Alexandra Headland on the Sunshine Coast. She's the former Australian Junior IronWoman champion. She has big expectations on herself in just her 3rd year in the series. Finished 8th last year and re-qualified, and she's right on the cusp today in 10th place. She'll head onto the ski in 1st.
She's had a really good run here in Queensland, 6th, 7th and 5th in the last 3 races after a very tough weekend in Bondi, where she was eliminated in the wave cross fairly early. So this has been a great result for her, and more importantly, keeping her in that top 10 for next season. Mind you, there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, we'll see how she goes. We'll talk about more of her later. Candice is down on the beach with these girls, and the gap has just exploded, hasn't it?
It has, and interestingly, a lot of these athletes they haven't warmed up on their ski. The only competitor that I noticed warmed up on their ski was Courtney Hancock, and she failed to get out. So this is going to be really interesting. The other thing is they all ride the same ski except Danielle McKenzie. So, look, anything could happen out there.
Yeah, that's interesting to note as well. Danny McKenzie, probably the best ski paddler in the business. I think Gemma Smith is on a different ski as well. So the 2 best paddlers are on something a little faster but a little tippier. Those dolphin skis that most of the girls on, they're really, really good in the big conditions for the girls. They go quick, don't get me wrong, but they're super stable as well, and that's exactly what you want. Harriet Brown has come up into 2nd place. I thought it was Danny McKenzie who got the wave, but it was Brown that moved up. So her worst result this year, Harriet Brown, has been a 2nd, and she's sitting pretty in race number 1. Remember, it's not whether you win this one. It doesn't matter. You've just got to come in the top 14. And at the moment, Georgia Miller is coming up and around in 5th place. So Cooper was in 3rd, Wellborn was in 4th, Miller in 5th. So that's your top 5, and that's all we've got across at the moment with a 40-second gap. And after Lizzie Wellborn was in last place on the board at one point, she has come through amazingly, and we can see Harriet Brown's gone out a little bit shorter than Taylor Halliday there. So Harriet Brown's gone a shorter way up, ducked in there. She's probably a little stronger on the ski than Taylor Halliday, and Taylor's gone the long way up, and it's better to be safe than sorry. It gives her a bigger buffer for error, and it lets her jump in that rip down there and hopefully shoots her straight out to sea.
Well, Harriet, of course, has got the series in the bag, so theoretically she can afford a risk more than the others, but she wants to stamp her authority on this series, and she wants to be there for that final race, most importantly.
That's exactly right. She wants to win. There's nothing that she loves more than to race and win. She's had so many 2nd place finishes in the past. She's had so many results that didn't go her way. 12 times she's been a runner-up in races before. Nobody's had more runner-ups than Harriet Brown. So this year she is in a purple patch. We look at Taylor Halliday there. Taylor doesn't have her coach, Jack Hansen, here today. He's watching on at home. His daughter is battling leukemia, and he's a great bloke and a stalwart of surf life saving. So Taylor's doing a great job out there on her own without a coach here today. So she's had a fantastic performance. More girls are coming through the arch as we go. Courtney Hancock, Tiani Massey, Lucy Derbyshire is up into 8th. Mackenzie's down into 9th. Corin, Scully and Ali Bull is 2.5 minutes behind our leaders at the moment. 2.5 minutes back. We've only got 12 onto the ski at this point. The race is still on for these 14 places at the moment, and it is all about the back markers here. Naomi Scott goes through. Maddie Spencer's in 14th place, and at the moment it's O'Sullivan, Woods, Smith, Williams and Pearce who are in the red zone.
But if they're close enough, there are so many opportunities that have been coming up on the ski leg in particular. This will be tricky on the left of your screen.
Oh, Halliday.
Nicely done, airborne.
Well, she had to go around it there. There's Gemma Smith waking her way through. She's in 17th place and 3.5 minutes behind, going on to her best leg. So expect her to pass a few. Can she get back into the top 14? I don't know. But Taylor Halliday did an amazing job there. She saw that wave breaking through. It was going right. She put the pedal down, tried to sneak around it, and it's a dangerous dangerous move because if you don't get it right, that wave will broadside you and send you back to the beach. She backed herself, trusted her gut, got around it, and she is a very, very good paddler at the moment. Looks like maybe Brielle Cooper's moved up into third place, or is that Georgia Miller? Sorry, moved up into third place there. So very strong from the Northcliffe pair and the young gun from Alexandra Headland as they make their way out in green water. And, well, the heart rate wouldn't be dropping for these girls. Oh, someone's off. Danny McKenzie. So we spoke about her being on the different ski there. Danny McKenzie, she's in all sorts of trouble. She's a little bit sideways. That one will hit her as well. She gets greeted by another set, looks around and goes, oh, this is not what I wanted on my best leg. So she'll sneak up and over that one. But the punishment doesn't stop. There's plenty of waves out there. And she's just put the brakes on because she knows she's in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think that one, well, I'm glad we turned away from that one because it wouldn't have been kind to her at all as Harriet Brown goes around the final can. And I was just saying that her heart rate wouldn't be dropping at all because it's just as sketchy for some of these girls to get back to the beach as it is on the way out. And let's take a look at Mackenzie. She tries to go underneath it. She rolls, gets halfway there, and a little bit of indecision. And that's not what you want. You've got to roll earlier or you've got to punch through it one way or the other. You can't get half through it and then try and roll. So 1, 2, and 3 are around, and we've got no one else out at the moment. Lucy Derbyshire, that's her on the yellow. Courtney Hancock's there as well. So this is in for a massive shake-up as Harriet Brown turns for home, and it's safety first for our 3 leaders. They don't need to win this one. They just need to get home as safely as possible. Williams and Pearce are around, so all 19 girls are onto the ski, but there's a 4-minute gap between last and first place. I haven't seen a gap this big in a race this short in many a year.
Well, I think the conditions obviously explain that, and bear in mind too, even if you manage to get into that final 14, with such a large gap, you have less time to prepare for that crucial second race.
The rest doesn't change. When the first one crosses the line, the rest starts, and it's up to everybody else to get there. Harriet Brown thinks she's found one. She thinks she's found a little one. She doesn't look all that confident, looks over the shoulder and knows that if she falls off the back of this, she's in trouble. So she's going to keep pushing. You can see how much she's bouncing around. It's like riding a bucking bronco there. She's just bouncing all over the place, working her way to home. She's just caught off the back of one in a little dip on another with a huge set behind her, so she's just got to keep that ski moving. You've got to keep the ski running over the top, and the back markers are getting smashed on the way out. They are really struggling as Brown goes for home. This is Brown's moment. Oh, out the back, Brielle Cooper.
Submarine.
What about that one? Big wave Brielle. She is into this up to her eyeballs in 4th place there. There is Derbyshire. She'll go around in 5th. Tiani Massey and Courtney Hancock in 6 and 7. Oh, massive. Ali Bull in 8th as well, and I think maybe Olivia Corrin or Hannah Scully there in 9th. So that's the top 10, and you'll see the girls slow it down, drop the heart rate, look for a wave that they think they can handle, and then lift the rating. Derbyshire thinks she's found something. Harriet Brown's found something. She's found a race 1 win in survival. She survived Kurrawa, and she gets another race as her reward. What a result for Harriet Brown. She gets maximum rest and maximum time to settle herself. She is on fire and in an absolute purple patch at the moment. It is unbelievable. There's Cooper, there's Derbyshire, Massey, and Courtney Hancock right at the top. They're just slowing down. These girls are comfortable. They know that they're going to be fine. It looks like Cooper's going to go this one. She just lets the nose run. Nope, then throws the leg over the side. Courtney Hancock at the top. She's decided to go. She's put her head down. You just want to get in safe. It's not about qualification. It's about getting home. That was Georgia Miller there. So it's a Northcliffe 1 and 2 for Coach Naomi Flood. Hugs all round. We survived, and we get to do it all over again. Tiani Massey's going sideways at the top of your screen. Brielle Cooper and Derbyshire. So Cooper, look at the rating go in the red there. She knows this is her moment. She's lifted it up. Derbyshire's waited. She's going to come down this next one a lot later. There's a ski upside down. That might be Britt Pearce. I don't know. That's Tiani Massey there. No dramas at all. So Courtney Hancock, Tiani Massey, top to bottom there. Lucy Derbyshire. And of course, we've got one swimming back into the beach trying to get her ski. Is that Taylor Halliday? I don't know. We haven't seen Taylor Halliday. No, there she is. She'll make her way up and around. And it's easy when you're in front, Bill. You can just wander up, cross the line, and still have plenty of rest.
Well, that's the key too for Taylor. We call it survival. They just need to get into that top 14, have a think about their next shot. The conditions are changing a little bit, but they'll have a better idea of what to do as we see another one go over there. Or is it just a stray? It is a stray ski just being washed ashore. We don't know who it belongs to at this stage.
Oh, yeah, look at that. And there'll be somebody swimming back to the beach for that one. So very, very difficult for these girls. And Courtney Hancock is on the beach. She is up and flying. Brielle Cooper, Tiani Massey as well. So no issue at all. And Taylor Halliday will be happy with that one. I know she's been, well, a little disappointed because she has such high expectations of herself when it comes to the series, but she'll be happy with that, and she's all smiles as she crosses the line, and she'll get to go again. So race 1 done, and we haven't got our 14 yet. There's Cooper, there's Derbyshire coming up, Courtney Hancock and Tiani Massey, and we've only got, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. We need another 7. Ali Bull hits the sand, so she'll be happy. We've got 8 across the line at the moment. We need another 6, and our 6 going to get around because it is so big out there at Kurrawa.
Well, there have been plenty of failures to finish in the last couple of days because of the surf in the various formats that we've had.
Junior series this morning, before these girls went round, it was a real struggle, and they're the best young guns in the business.
Ali Bull through there.
Oh, she'll be loving it at the moment. Talking there to Andrew Book from the Alexandra Headlands Club and just giving him the debrief, that's for sure. So Hannah Scully making her way in. She'll qualify as well, so no dramas all round. So Halliday and Bull, they're in. It looks like 8th for Bull, 9th for Scully. So we're still chasing 5 more in the red zone, and this is where the action will really happen.
So let's see who can finish. We don't know exactly who's come off and actually can't make it to the beach at this stage, but now we're getting into the business end of things.
Hannah Scully will be happy with that. She was a little disappointed with her swim from yesterday. Spoke to her today. She said she wasn't really happy with what happened there, but she's got an opportunity today, loves a big wave, and I think today might suit her down to the ground. Gemma Smith, she went in second last place, and she is going to come and qualify in 10th at the moment. So unbelievable from Gemma Smith. What a paddle from her. We didn't see her get around. We haven't seen Danielle McKenzie either, but we didn't see her get around, and she will finish up in 10th place there and get through to round 2, and she was out of it going into that ski. Unbelievable from her.
So there's your top 8. We're still working through the top 14 who'll qualify for the next race. That's how spread out these athletes have been. You can see the time differences there as they go through the transition gate. Some of them, of course, are a little bit exaggerated because they know they're safely through, so they just slow to a jog.
And we saw Bella Williams, I think it was, just running back up the beach to get her ski. So she was probably the one we saw her ski washing in, and it was, it was chaos for Bella Williams. So she's running back up, going to try and go again. You got to finish to get some points. So she wants to get herself in and around. And Gemma Smith all smiles despite doing it the hard way. And the girls will set themselves, they'll talk to their coaches, and they'll just try and get themselves together because it's very, very tough on this. They're all wandering around, looking for their handlers, looking for their coaches. They'll try and get some drinks in, and they'll do their best. And Gemma Smith is really, really tired there. We can see the girls out the back are having a massive crack to get through the break at the moment. So very, very difficult for these girls. And out the back to racing at the moment. Who's that? That's Naomi Scott and Britt Pearce coming in. Lizzie Wellborn as well. So Lizzie Wellborn on the left-hand side, she's working her way through. We just can't see her there because of the graphics. She's coming in. Looks like Naomi Scott as well, working her way back to the beach. So Scott there's done a great job. We're still chasing, 4 more girls to get through. That's Wellborn, so she'll get through at the moment if she can get up the beach and around, and she's doing a fantastic job there. Oh, sideways for one. So Wellborn will come through in 11th place, I think. So good performance from her. She'll survive. And we still need 3 more, Bill. And have a look at the gap. At the moment, we're over 5 minutes. And Candice Warner, you're on the beach with a couple of the girls who finished.
Yeah, I'm here with Harriet Brown. Harry, you came in and you said it's wild. It sure is wild out there. It is just all over the place. It's big surf. It's coming from, left and right, and the wind's blowing, and it's so much fun though. Going into that ski leg, I noticed you didn't go up as far south as the other competitors. Was that a tactic that you worked with Naomi before the race?
Oh, I had no idea where anyone else was going to go, but yeah, I had a plan with Naomi Flood, my coach, and she was like, go to the black and white flag. So I just looked at the black and white flag, then I went in, and luckily it paid off.
Well, it sure did pay off. All the best for the next race.
Thanks, Candice. Woo.
Well, she's very happy there, Harriet Brown, and as she should be. She had a great performance. Lizzie Wellborn crossed the line, and she's in 11th place there. So, and Naomi Scott as well. So we've got 12 across at the moment. So Scott's through as well. We've got 12. We're chasing 2 more at the moment, and it is a massive gap. We're at 6.5 minutes behind, and I don't know if we're going to get everyone in.
Well, when we come back, we'll try and sort out who the final 14 are. Some of them we're still trying to find out there. I mean, I'd say that with great hilarity because it's really tough conditions. They're working their way back to the beach, and we'll get that final 14 sorted out shortly. Well, there it is, Harriet Brown, numero uno in the series and the first of our survival races here. And, well, it's so aptly named because they are still crossing the finish line there. Danielle McKenzie finally gets through. She has no idea where she is. Am I racing again in this series or not? That's the question. The officials aren't sure either.
She looks tired. She looks very tired. She got herself a start, and she will go straight to the line for race number 2, and you can see she is filthy at the moment. She got absolutely hammered on the way out. Big shake of the head. No time for race 2, that is for sure. And this might be number 14 on the way in. So we've got one more spot, and is that Olivia Corrin? So the 2 Kiwis coming to the beach, they're telling, her handler's telling her one spot. So at this point, 9 minutes 30 behind our winners. 9 minutes 30. The race only took 20 minutes, and these girls are 10 minutes down, and it's got nothing to do with the girls. The conditions are so tough. If you're the wrong place at the wrong time, you get absolutely smashed out there. And Olivia Corrin, the Kiwis stay alive. They will be cheering over the ditch. Danielle McKenzie and Olivia Corrin survive to go through to race number 2, and they will go straight to the line. They will go straight to the line and race again. So that's our 14. Olivia Corrin is the last one. We say goodbye to Maddie Spencer, Emma Woods, Lily O'Sullivan, Bella Williams, and Brittany Pearce. Those bottom 6. Ali Bull, Taylor Halliday quickly having a chat there to handlers. And they're, well, explaining stories. I'm sure they'll be swapping war stories down there on the beach. I went this way. I should have gone the wrong way. I got through, and there's Britt Pearce there. Did not get around. That might have been her ski washing up the beach. So poor old Britt Pearce, one of the good ones of the sport. She's had a tough season, a very, very tough season, but it's good to see her back. She had a 5th place in the second round, and that's her best result ever. So she'll be happy with that, but this wasn't her day today. That is for sure. Trent Herring there from the Newport Club talking to Lizzie Wellborn, just giving her some instructions, and then a laugh and a joke, and I guess it's good luck, enjoy.
Well, exactly right. Good luck is the key, because no matter what line you take, no matter how well you strategize it, you still need a healthy dose of that luck. And those athletes who came in that last couple, Danny and Olivia, they have to suck in the big ones. Olivia was quite spent too, because obviously having taken that much time out there just to get in.
Oh yeah, massive.
It's just a double dose of trouble.
And you can see they've already gone straight to the line. They'll get this race up and firing in just a few seconds, and they get a double dose of the ski there. So ski, swim, board is the order in race number 2. So they've just gotten off the ski. They've just been smashed for the last 10 minutes. They'll get back on and go again. So it's going to be about who's got the mental fortitude to pick yourself up. Don't worry about what happened in the last race. Everybody's got a spot on the line, so everybody's got an opportunity. And Courtney Hancock looks excited to race. She looks really pumped to get involved. And Candice Warner spoke about Courtney being the only one who warmed up on her ski, so she must love it out there in the big conditions. And the girls are on the line. They're set and ready to go. All the handlers are around. That's Zane Hamill, her coach from the Surfers Paradise Club. So she trains every day with the likes of Finn Askew and Ali Day. Let's take a look at the girls who have qualified and are moving on. Harriet Brown, she finished at this point almost 15 minutes ago, so she's had a huge rest. Georgia Miller, Taylor Halliday, Brielle Cooper, Derbyshire, she keeps her hopes of requalification alive. Massey did well. Ali Bull was happy to get through. Scully and Gemma Smith, watch for her on the ski. Unbelievable. Lizzie Wellborn did it the hard way. Naomi Scott, Danny McKenzie and Olivia Corrin. Then we had a lot of girls who did not get around. Britt Pearce did finish, actually. I said she didn't. Sorry about that one, Britt. You did a fantastic job to get around there. And Spencer O'Sullivan, Woods and Williams, well, they get to sit back, relax and watch it. And I don't know if that's such a bad thing after what we saw in race number 1. Get warm, get ready, because the action is happening. Round 6 of the Nutri-Grain IronWoman series here. The girls are on the line, set and ready to go. Ski, swim, board, and for the final time, these girls will go head to head here, and it's going to be an absolute cracker.
And in spite of these conditions, the biggest positional change in that race was Lizzie Wellborn losing 7 spots. Danny McKenzie and Olivia Corrin lost 4 spots on their last transition. So under the circumstances, no big fluctuations. Yesterday, we saw some massive changes. People losing 8, 10 positions quite easily in these conditions.
Yeah, that's exactly right here. The girls, they just put the skis down again, and they talk to each other about where they're going to go. A couple of the girls, it looks like Gemma Smith looks like she's going to go straight. So if you want to go a long way up the beach and there's some girls sort of to the south of you that are going to cut it in straight, you might go to the back. And then the girls, there's a couple, I think Lizzie Wellborn, she's all the way at the back. Going to go in and around, off and away. Race number 2 of survival. We can see them. They charge down. Brielle Cooper, Taylor Halliday, Lizzie Wellborn. They're all going to go the long way around. A couple of the girls just decide, don't worry about it. I'm going straight. If I'm going to get smashed, I don't want to do extra running if I have to. And everybody's calling them down the beach, down the beach. Georgia Miller's on. It looks like the Northcliffe girls have all gone into the same spot. So Naomi Flood thinks she sees something that the rest of the girls don't, and we'll wait to see if it pays off. That's Georgia Miller working her way through at the moment. Seems like she's had a good run, but the weather's coming in.
It did pay off there. She got that little bit of clarity as she went through, but there's a lot of sets still to come.
Danielle McKenzie on the blue ski. Lucy Derbyshire, the next gen athlete. That means she was a junior last year, and actually she's still a junior this year. She's shooting out there. That's her on the yellow going backwards. Gemma Smith's there as well. So she was the big mover in that last ski leg. Here comes Mackenzie. She's hoping for a better run, and it's all happening here at Kurrawa.
And will still be happening when we come back from this break. Well, a lot of excitement here as Harriet Brown is struggling to get going on the ski leg. This is our deciding race here in the survival round at Kurrawa. She's going to run into a bit of trouble here, I think. There's a big set just come in. Yeah. It's doubling up.
Danielle McKenzie in that one. They're getting absolutely smashed and sent sideways. Lucy Derbyshire goes up and over the top of this one. Plenty of action. There's Harriet Brown in the background there. They have a look at this set. It is coming. They roll underneath it. Oh, absolutely destroyed. Oh, my God. Derbyshire off. So's Danielle McKenzie. Harriet Brown was underneath that one, and she snapped her paddle. She snapped her paddle. Harriet Brown snapped the paddle there. She's got to go back to the beach and get another one. It's lucky that the series is over in terms of the overall point score for her, because that's an absolute, well, round ender there, and those paddles are made of really stiff carbon fibre, and it takes something massive to snap those ones. So just like that, she snapped her paddle. She's got to head back to the beach, and Harriet Brown, drama of plenty on the way out there.
Well, Josh, what happens now? Can she get another paddle?
Goes to the beach. Her handler or coach Naomi Flood, she'll go and grab one from somebody there. It won't be the same. That's the problem. But she'll get another opportunity. But you'd almost have to say it's race over for her in terms of winning the thing, because these girls are out and around the can at the moment, and she got absolutely destroyed. It mightn't look big, but it is coming down hard, and it takes some force to snap a paddle. I've only seen 5, 6 in my entire time watching surf racing in 25 years, so that's pretty amazing. You don't see that regularly. On the way home, Gemma Smith's on the inside. There's nothing she can do. She's on the inside. This one's going to come over the top of her. Is it going to break? She doesn't want it to break. Oh, just goes backwards over the top, and her heart would have been in her throat there. She didn't want that wave, that is for sure. Georgia Miller's alongside her out the back, and the wind and the rain is coming through. Ali Bull's there. Looks like Scully may be pushing down one. Miller on the far right-hand side. Gemma Smith on the far left-hand side. So Smith originally from Umina, and she's at the Newport Club now. Georgia Miller from Freshwater. There she is up on the Gold Coast at Northcliffe there. Look at her ride this one home, of course. Focusing on the kayaking at the moment. Wants to go to the Olympics. On the wave behind, Tiani Massey. Oh, Ali Bull, they put the legs in. I think that on the far side is Hannah Scully, who did a great job. Yes, it is. Hannah Scully, good skills there. She loves a big wave. Hates to swim, but loves a big wave. The girl from Lennox Heads, and Gemma Smith's done a fantastic job. So Smith in 1, Georgia Miller in 2, Scully in 3, Ali Bull, Tiani Massey, the two girls from the Sunshine Coast in 4 and 5. And look at this, skills aplenty from Gemma Smith here. She is only 23 years of age and she's got big experience. She's really been in this for a long time. Her 6th ever series in the IronWoman. See, out the back, someone's gone sideways. Ali Bull's gone sideways. Tiani Massey, she's going to get picked up by this one as well. She'll go sideways, so they're all swimming at the moment. But Gemma Smith is out in front in race number 2, and you win this one, you win the round, and Gemma Smith has got a massive lead, but this woman is chasing her. You can see the smile and the shake of the head from Georgia Miller. She's just happy she survived that. She gets the goggles from boyfriend Riley Fitzsimmons there, the Olympian himself. Went to 2 Olympic Games in the kayak, K2 and K4, and he hands her the goggles. She'll go up and around, and it's Gemma Smith in 1, Georgia Miller in 2, and the rest of the field is swimming. Tiani Massey's going backwards. Courtney Hancock's riding her ski like it's a board. Oh, it's all happening down here at Kurrawa. They are going everywhere but where they want to be, and that's straight to the beach. Scully stands up. She is in 3rd place going around. Someone's body surfed their way back to the beach, and have a look at Gemma Smith and Georgia Miller running a long way down. They might have to get their border passes ready because they're going across. Candice Falzon, it is all happening.
It sure is, Josh. Gemma Smith has just run past me, and we've got the current Australian swim champion, Georgia Miller, on her tails. Georgia's going into her strongest leg, Gemma probably her weakest leg. So I think what we'll notice here is Gemma will probably try to find the feet of Georgia and just work her way around the cans. But in conditions like this, anything can happen.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Anything can happen here. Have a look how far down these girls are going, and absolute carnage there. That's Taylor Halliday. So Taylor Halliday, we didn't see her come through, so what a performance from her. She's come from the clouds. I can't believe how well she's done there. You can see our leaders off in the distance, and it must be Halliday in 3rd place, so it's Smith, Georgia Miller, Taylor Halliday heading down, and watch for the big swimmers. Watch for the big swimmers here. Hannah Scully in 4th. There's Tiani Massey. She was paddling backwards at one point, so it was all happening for these girls on the way in. Hannah Scully in the pink in the distance there. That's our top 6 as they head out to sea, and I think the winner's going to come from this 6. I know there's a long way to go, but the gaps are already giant. There's Ali Bull, Courtney Hancock. Ali Bull got caught in the lip of a wave on a ski. Courtney Hancock got absolutely smashed. She rode her ski sideways, lying on it without the paddle. Sometimes you just got to get it done, Bill. Doesn't matter how it happens, you just got to make it happen.
At least it gave her a little bit of a rest. And on the subject of Taylor Halliday, we mentioned earlier, she needs to stay ahead of Lucy Derbyshire to make sure she re-qualifies for next season, and so far, so good.
Yeah, she's doing a fantastic job. Derbyshire, we haven't seen her come in yet, so plenty of work to do for these girls, not just for today's round, but for the overall series standings, and they want to be as high as they possibly can. A couple of the girls could jump onto the podium there. Courtney Hancock, definitely. Brielle Cooper as well. Danielle McKenzie's there, but with no Lana Rogers today, she's on 77. Courtney Hancock, she is on 70 points, so you'd expect Courtney Hancock to jump up above Lana Rogers and maybe stand on the podium if she continues on as she is at the moment.
Because Danny McKenzie hasn't had a great day either, equal on points with Lana going into this round.
So well down the back, so look for Brielle Cooper. Hannah Scully as well, she's close enough if she's good enough, and so is the wild card Ali Bull. Wouldn't that be something? She had a break, went away from the sport, come back, and she's looking to get on the podium.
Well, speaking of a break, there's another break they have to deal with right now, and we'll take one too. We'll be back soon. We're back on the beach at Kurrawa. The series has been decided, but these women racing to qualify for next year. They're racing for pride too, and, well, they're racing
just to survive at this point.
I was hesitant to say that, but it has connotations. But they're okay. But
they do call
it's extraordinary.
Survival. They do call it survival, and we're certainly putting them through the ringer here today. And you can see how much water movement's in there. They go up and down, and that's just in the flat stuff. It's not even when the sets start coming through. You can see them loop up and over, and it's very difficult. That might be Hannah Scully in the pink there working her way through the break at the moment. They dive deep down down. And on a day like today, the water is moving out to sea so much quicker on the bottom. You want to be down deep, and I know it's a bit counterintuitive, but the water's got to escape somewhere when it comes in on a wave, and it comes out of the rips and it comes out on the bottom. So you'll dive down deep, let the water suck you out a little bit further, and then you come up, have a breath, take a few strokes, dive deep down and go again. And these girls are doing it tough, and it's that breathe for 10 seconds, down for 10 seconds, up, down, and that's the part that takes it out of you. It's not the deep dive, it's the continuance of it.
It's a tribute to their fitness that they've had to deal with this. This would be twice as tough as a lot of the other similar distance races that they've had to contest. Gemma Smith into the water first ahead of Miller and Halliday.
Yeah, Scully, Massey, Ali Bull, Courtney Hancock was in 7th. Harriet Brown actually got back to the beach, got on her ski, got round. She's in 8th place. Danielle McKenzie, Naomi Scott in 10, and that is all that all that have gone through at the moment. There's a couple still going to the beach. We can see in the top right-hand corner of the shot there's a couple ski paddlers still going in, and well, these girls are doing it very, very tough. Is that Courtney Hancock going out? No, I don't think she wouldn't have come that far through, but one of the girls in the pink tops, either Gemma Smith or Hannah Scully, working their way through. I think maybe Smith at the moment, really, really pushing the pace there, and they're so spread out in this serve. You can see the distance between these girls at the moment, and there is no better feeling for the leader than getting into that green water, knowing you don't have to negotiate the break anymore.
And Gemma, you can see how far now from the top of your screen. You can see the transition gates. She's drifted all the way back. She's got a pretty good line to the swimming camp.
And we've missed one or two on the break there, so there's one already on the way home. That might be Georgia Miller or Taylor Halliday working their way home. That is Georgia Miller there, looking very, very strong. There's two, Georgia Miller and Taylor Halliday there, so I don't know what's happened to Gemma Smith. We thought that was her, but that's Miller in shot. Taylor Halliday's just to her left, and it looks like Gemma Smith and the rest of these girls have really done it tough, working her way back to the beach. Brielle Cooper's still on the ski. She's going to get eaten up by this one, so drama aplenty for all of these girls, and not the day that Brielle Cooper wanted. Lucy Derbyshire has just gone into the swim at the moment on the beach, so it's all happening left, right and centre. Scully's there. We've got two on the way home, two working their way back out to sea. That might be Tiani Massey and Gemma Smith, or Tiani Massey, sorry, and Hannah Scully working their way out. And I don't know where Gemma Smith's gone, but she picked the wrong line and she's paid the price.
There are so many variables here. It's hard to explain how difficult it can be. And even if you take the same line, you can cop a couple of gnarly waves and you are 10, 12, maybe 30 metres worse off, even on a swim leg, let alone on a board or a ski.
Yeah, you're spot on there. And if you get hit 2 or 3 sets in a row, you can be, like you said, 100 metres from where you wanted to be, and then you've got to work your way back. And that's the difficult part here. The working back, it not only drains your energy, but it really, really makes things difficult for you in the back half of this race. So we've done the ski, the girls are on the way home. In the swim, we can see some of them working very hard trying to get a wave. There is Taylor Halliday, or is that Georgia Miller there? First and second, those two girls. So very difficult to pick these girls up, and they just disappear. There's some sets on for the back markers coming through. They're big waves. They'd be 6 to 8 foot easily. And these girls, they're going to try and body surf this one. I think there's one on. I think there's one. She will wait to see if she appears. Oh, it looks like maybe a pink cap there of Hannah Scully, just not enough. That'd be something if she could have got that one, but far out. It's very difficult for these girls there. Taylor Halliday working very, very hard. She just disappears ever so slightly, pushing for home at the moment. Or is that Gemma Smith?
And at this stage too, the lactic acid's kicked in, you're fatigued, and just that extra boost you need to get onto a wave to give yourself that help is very hard to do.
That's exactly right. Someone's got one there. She gets thrown out the front and down the chute there, goes underwater, and that's called going down the mine. I think that was Halliday who popped up, took a huge breath. Somebody's going to get one here. This is a good one. Oh, it's Gemma Smith. So that was Gemma Smith that came down a wave. So we didn't know where she'd gone. We thought it was Halliday who'd swum through. My bad, I'm sorry, but Gemma Smith has found a way to get herself through this.
This is great work.
Fantastic body surfing there. what about that? Huge body surfing. The girls pushing very, very hard to the beach, and I thought it was Halliday who'd swum through. I didn't know where Smith had gone, but she stands up, and just like that, thank you very much, Gemma Smith. She led out of the ski. She'll lead out of the swim and head onto the board, and it is a long, long run back up the beach, and we can see the handlers dragging the skis up the beach there for some of the girls. It's been very, very difficult, and Gemma Smith's in the lead.
This is fantastic. She was 7th last season, 4th in round 1 here. 2019 world champion in the canoe ocean racing for under 23s in France. She's had a lot of experience in the ocean.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Great skills, and she's had a tough summer by her own standards. She's had a good round and then a not so good round, a good round and a not so good round, and it's just yo-yoed up and down and up and down, and she throws the goggles away, and she knows that she is one leg away from her second race win, but there's a lot to go between now and then. She won it at Queenscliff back in the past. Georgia Miller's chasing very hard, and I wouldn't want Georgia Miller chasing me because she's a very, very good board paddler. So I thought it was Halliday out in front, but it was Gemma Smith managing to hang on, and Taylor Halliday is still, well, hopefully in third there for her, but Miller's in second, Smith is in 1, and what's the gap as she goes through transition? We'll wait and see. Georgia Miller looks tired but composed, that is for sure, and she makes her way in and around, and she'll go all the way down the beach, grab the board, head down towards the flags, as Gemma Smith is as well, get on and hope that it opens up. It's really tough for these girls. They've been racing for about 18 minutes at this point, and who knows how long it's going to take them to go around.
Just carrying the board in that southerly is exhausting for all the athletes here as it gets to this late stage. And Georgia, even though she seems a long way back, is experienced enough to know that anything's possible on this next leg. She can make it up. Candice Warner.
Yeah, both Gemma Smith and Georgia Miller are looking fantastic. They actually, considering they've been racing for 18 minutes, don't look too tired. What's going to be vital here is that they really commit to either sitting over a wave, popping or rolling, and not going half-hearted about their decisions. So, you know, with one leg to go, this is going to be really exciting racing.
Well, it's a little bit like being a good footballer. You've got to play what's in front of you. As Taylor Halliday does come out of the water now, and she'll be moving, I think, through. No, she's behind Courtney.
Courtney Hancock there. What a swim for her. So she went in 7th place, and she's come out in 3rd. So the Queen of Surf Sports has still got it after, 16 years in the sport. So a record like no other we have ever seen. And Courtney Hancock, one of the greats, had to go back through the trial this year. She's a 3-time winner of the series in 2011, 2013, 2014. She's done it all. She's won 2 Australian titles, 4 Coolangatta Golds, including this year's last year's, this summer's Coolangatta Gold, and she's proving she can still mix it with the big guns at the moment. All smiles as she grabs her board and heads in 3rd place. Halliday's back in 4th as they go around, and yeah, it's a very, very tough day so far. You can see they're really struggling when they pick these boards up. Not only do they have to run them a long, long way down, they've then got to battle the ocean on the way out. And Taylor Halliday working very, very hard in transition, as she tries to get through this one. And that's Hancock working her way along the beach, while Gemma Smith and Georgia Miller are pushing themselves out in through the break. There's Ali Bull working her way through as well. That's a great swim from Ali Bull. Not her best leg, but she's sitting in 6th place at the moment. Tiani Massey's gone through just in front of her. So there's Massey in the background. So this is 4 and 5, the Sunshine Coast girls, and 6 as well. So Halliday in 4, Massey in 5, Ali Bull in 6.
Candice, you've seen a few more go through the gate now. Who looks strong, who doesn't?
Yeah.
We'll come back to Candice there. It's also a matter of luck as well as strength as they get out.
This is Courtney Hancock working her way through the break. Oh, she just gets smashed, forced to roll underneath one there, gets back on, gets going. She's just at that shore break at the moment, trying to pop up and over. Miller and Smith still working their way through the break on the board. They're doing their best to try and negotiate that back bank, and Courtney Hancock chasing in 3rd, followed by the young guns there of Halliday and Massey. Ali Bull, she's in 6th, and you can see how much water movement is going on in there at the moment. She's trying to find a line, trying to run the gauntlet at the moment, sneak through a couple there, get up and over, and just avoid the white water, and that's the name of the game, avoid the white water, but I don't think she's going to be able to avoid this one. She goes up and over that one. Good skills there from the oldest woman in the field, and I don't think she'll mind me saying that. She's just a little bit over 30 years of age and still is racing fantastically, but got smashed there, gone sideways, and it is carnage out the back at the moment. We just can't see Miller and Smith. They're working their way through the break, and Courtney Hancock is getting hammered.
When you get a succession of waves like that breaking over you, here's another look from another direction.
Rolls underneath that one, goes the Eskimo roll there. It just picks her up and whips her around.
A battle indeed for Courtney Hancock, despite all her experience and strength. And we'll be back with more of this race, the conclusion after this. Well, we've talked about how tough it is getting out and back in this particular time at Kurrawa, but Georgia Miller has defied the odds.
Closing stages, she got a wave out the back from alongside Gemma Smith, has picked it up, and she is happy at the moment. She knows she's won back-to-back races here. She'll get down to the beach. It's a short run up there. Gemma Smith just missed that wave, and Riley Fitz heading down the beach. It's smiles all round for these two, and a quick kiss as she makes her way up the beach. She got a win yesterday. She was very, very happy. She is the queen of Kurrawa and the queen of big surf, and it's high fives all round. It's Gemma Smith's mum there who's handling for her, so she'll make her way up, and what a finish to the Nutri-Grain IronWoman series. Back-to-back wins, and she is the ultimate survivor. Georgia Miller is our round 6 champion, and she's the queen of the big surf here at Kurrawa. She crosses the line and celebrates, gets maximum points, and she deserves it after a huge result today.
And you have to wonder what might have been. She missed the first 2 rounds due to illness, and she has just smashed them up here. So I think Harriet Brown's pretty pleased that Georgia Miller missed those 2 races.
That's exactly right. Gemma Smith just gets there. She was on the wave behind as well. So we can see the 2 girls very, very happy they survived. That's Gemma Smith's best result in a long time. So she had a 4th and a 5th in the last 2 years, but a 2nd place to be on the podium is fantastic for her, and much needed points as well, because she was sitting outside the top 10 there, and we're just waiting to see who else crosses the line at the moment. And Georgia Miller will be very, very happy with her performance there. So she goes up to 75 points. And there's Brielle Cooper. So Brielle Cooper on the podium yesterday, and she looks like she'll finish on the podium again today. So back-to-back thirds for Cooper, and she needed the points there. And or is she still making her way around onto the board? Is she still making her way around onto the board? She is. She's still going. Oh, my God. She's in last place at the moment. I thought Cooper had come from the clouds. I didn't realise that, so sorry about that one. She's still going out. Just finished the swim, and this is how tough it is for these girls. They're so strung out. I couldn't believe that I saw Brielle Cooper then, but she's still going.
It is just typical of the conditions we've had to deal with the last couple of days. We've seen it in the men's and the women's races. On several occasions, they've been so strung out. We've had failures to finish, and we've also had, as you've just seen, a runner coming through transition, actually, so to speak, a lap down. So extraordinary. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, not at all. Ali Bull, she's got one here.
What a series she's had.
We haven't seen the girls going around at the moment, and Ali Bull's managed to pick one up, and the race is on for the last spot on the podium. I'd given it to Cooper, but she had to hand it back because she still had the board leg to go, and maybe Ali Bull, she's won a race before back in 2013 up at Noosa in flat conditions, and if she could get a podium here today, that would be something special as well. So it was carnage all around, and on the beach it is hugs around. Candice Warner on the beach with Georgia Miller, and Ali Bull's going to get 3rd.
Georgia, were they some of the hardest conditions you've ever raced in?
Absolutely. That is the biggest, wildest, windiest conditions I have ever raced in. And just to get out there, I'm so, so happy. And I was just thinking, try and make the 2nd race. You know, I try and make the top 10 in the series. And yeah, to win it, I was not expecting that at all. So
you've gone back to back. You are the queen of Kurrawa. Hey, you're one of the most popular athletes on tour. How much fun are you having?
I am having so much fun. This series has definitely definitely been a little weird, obviously missing the first 2 rounds. I remember I was sitting at home watching it, bawling my eyes out because I just missed it so much. So I found this new little drive within me, just because when you miss out on something, you just end up loving it more. So I'm just having so much fun out there, and it's just worked really well for me.
Your boyfriend, Riley, he's an Olympian. How much does he help you out there?
He has helped me so much. He's not just a great handler, but he's such a good support network for me, and my whole family's here watching, so I can't thank them enough. They really got me back on the line, and yeah, I just wouldn't be here without them, and my amazing coach Naomi Flood and everyone from BMD Northcliffe and Earl and Alan from Shaw and Partners. Thank you so much.
Everyone is so happy for you, and you've got so many supporters here, so go and celebrate with them. Well done.
Thank you so much, I will.
Well done, Georgia. We're now getting to 4 minutes before our next competitor comes through. Hannah Scully, 4 minutes 30 down. Well done, Hannah.
She gets a 4th place finish there. She'll be happy with that, and well, vital points as well. So this will be interesting for the overall standings. I don't know. I think maybe Hannah Scully will jump Georgia Miller. Hugs all around there for the family, and Scully might have done enough to get herself on the podium, but let's have a look at the unstoppable moment. Georgia Miller was unstoppable today, and hugs and kisses there. What a result. He does all the hard work, and she gets to have the fun in the surf there. He carries the craft, and Georgia Miller just wins races. It's an unstoppable team, those two, and they do a perfect performance of it. Yeah, it's very good to see.
And the irony that it's been so hard for these women to get out and back that Georgia surfed almost all the way in.
Oh, it was unbelievable there. A fantastic performance from her. She can barely believe it. She's had a great run. Tiani Massey crosses the line there in 5th place. It looks like high fives and hugs for the girls. And Tiani Massey is, well, she might be 35 kilos ringing wet and 5 foot nothing, and she has conquered Kurrawa as well. So a fantastic performance from her, and big points because she needed them as well. She was just outside the cusp, and we wait to see Courtney Hancock's cross the line, 6th place today, and if that was the women, the men's is going to be something special as well. Taylor Halliday went from 3rd all the way down to 7th place in that one. Not the result she was looking for, but she fought very hard all day long.
And I think it was good enough to stay in front of Tiani in terms of qualifying for the top 10 too. Tiani is one of those pushing to get into qualification for next year, and I think Taylor's done enough. We'll do a count back, of course.
And Harriet Brown crossing there from the women to the men, and we've had no dropouts except yesterday's TJ Hendy. Bailey Johns will get a 2nd crack at the top level of surf Ironman racing. Of course, the big show, Ali Day, Matt Bevilacqua head to head. There's 5 points separating the 2 men on the overall standings. Nobody else can win, just those 2 men. And we will wait and see what's to happen here. It is going to be on for all money. And of course, as we saw earlier today, Matt Poole in his final race for, well, in the Ironman series, 90 races he's done over the years, over 15 series, and he's won it all. He's been in it all. He's been in the thick of the action. He had that great rivalry with Shannon Eckstein for so long, and it made Shannon Eckstein greater. It was Sonny Liston and Muhammad Ali there for a while, and it did come to push and shove, although he didn't say it, it'll all be back. We got all this ahead of us.
Yeah, conditions literally have blown out the results here today. There are women still crossing the finish line, including our series champion, Harriet Brown, but the men will be racing after this break.